is up, everybody? Happy Wednesday to you. We're live on another Wednesday, and today we've got an incredible pianist in the house. He's joined us before, but he has brand new music out. We're talking about Gino Rosaria, all the way from Pensacola by way of Curacao. And Gino has become a dear friend of mine. I've known him, probably almost 10 years now. We met in L.A. He was here performing with a great trumpeter and by the name of David Jones. And we kept in touch. And he's been nice enough to play keyboards on a lot of my shows down in Florida. But he decided to make a record, and now we're in the middle of making his second. And at any rate, his new single, Ride Along, featuring Judah Seeley, is doing incredible. It's storming up the charts. It's #1, new and active this week. So he was nice to send that in, as was Judah. And so they've got a brand new tune for you. And I decided, hey, while we're here, let's do a little throwback to a couple of the performances Gino did on the show in past episodes as well. So we've got 3 tunes from Gino today. Really incredible pianist. And we'll have an appearance from Judah as well, and Wakana. So very excited to share new music with you guys on a Wednesday. Speaking of which, don't forget to click share. We want to spread the good vibes, and also make sure to follow Adam Holly Artist page, because there is a lot going down in the coming weeks. I've got a new single coming out on Monday. I've got shows coming up this Friday. I'll be in Dallas at the Irving Arts Center. Actually, I'm so excited about these tour dates that are rolling in. I'm going to throw it up a little early. I usually throw these up a little bit later, but we're in Dallas this weekend. Next week, we're in Greenville, Richmond, and San Diego. Then we're on to Mobile, Portsmouth, New Hampshire, and so on. We are cranking through 2022. So hope to see you all out there. It's going to be an awesome, awesome year of music. Having so much fun touring, playing not only the tunes off the new record, but some of your favorites as well. So very excited to be bringing the music to you guys. And speaking of which, I wanted to kick it off with a tune. Now, I mentioned I have a new single coming up. So it goes for ads this Monday, February 14th. And it's a tune called Gotta Get Up. It's track 1 on the new album, Rising Up. And I wanted to do a quick shout out to the incredible people who lent their talents to this track. This is one that I wrote solely on my own, so I'm the sole composer, but we have incredible, incredible players on there. Carna Harrell, we have Mel Brown on bass, Eric Valentine on drums, Ramon Islas on percussion, and then horns. I really wanted to go in your face on the horns, do like an Earth, Wind, and Fire type of thing, and who better than Michael Stever? We toured together with Brian Culbertson. And so at any rate, I wanted to get that kind of vibe, and he just completely delivered. So, hey, I've talked enough about it. This is the brand new single going for ads February 14th. Gotta Get Up. Here we go. goodness, ladies and gentlemen, that is the brand new single, Gotta Get Up. And huge shout out, as usual, the incredible Steve Hall on mastering. And last but certainly not least, my incredible radio promoter, Jason Goroff. We've been together since the very beginning, and it's been an incredible ride. This is our 12th single going to radio. So appreciate you, Jason, and everyone else involved with the tune. And ask for it, look for it, starting this February 14th. Gotta Get Up. Well, if you want to support the show, we make it real easy. You can click the link in the description for Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. You can also do stars through the Facebook portal, and also that link will take you to the website in case you want to grab any of the CDs. And just appreciate you guys. It's been an incredible ride, and we have so much fun bringing you new music every single week. So without further ado, we've got some incredible music, a couple of throwbacks, and then a brand new tune from pianist Gino Rosaria. Hope you enjoy. Oh, yes, the one and only Gino Rosaria. Incredible, incredible. All right, well, you know what time it is. It's time to bring my lovely wife, Kat, with the Cat Cam.
Hi.
Hey, what's going on?
Nothing much. How are you?
I'm doing good. It's always good to see you. I'm enjoying the new do.
Thank you.
Was that in honor of our show coming up this weekend?
A little bit.
A little bit.
A little bit,
Or
yeah.
it was just time?
It was in honor of our show, and then just to do something a little different that was like super easy.
I like it. I like it.
Thank
Low
you.
maintenance. Low
Yeah,
maintenance. I
low
hear you with that
maintenance.
because every time I chop it off, although it's creating such an uproar during AH Live, but
I know, right?
I do notice when I chop it off, it's definitely a lot less to do for sure.
And it's cuter.
Oh yeah, we know where you stand on the issues. So,
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be in the Dallas area in Irving. That's funny.
Irvine is a city here in SoCal.
I got Orange County on the mind. Irving, Texas, near Dallas, at the Irving Arts Center. So we hope to see you there. It's going to be an awesome show. A lot of great artists on the bill, and we'll be closing out. It's a Valentine's show, pre-Valentine's extravaganza this Friday. So if you're anywhere near Dallas, hope to see y'all there. And we got a bunch of shows coming up. I'll throw it over real quick. Next week, we'll be in Greenville, South Carolina, Blues Boulevard, Tin Pan in Richmond, and Humphreys is bringing jazz back in San Diego, and that show is already getting close to sold out. So if you're in SoCal, grab your tickets. A lot of these others have been on the schedule for a while, but if you want to know more, just go to adamholly.com, join the mailing list, and we hope to see you. But coming up right away is Irving, Texas this weekend, and then Greenville, Richmond, San Diego. And then we have a little bit of a break.
Nice.
Like a 1 week break. So you were so sweet. As you may know, ladies and gentlemen, it was my birthday on Monday, but I had to work all day. I had a session, then I had teaching. So we celebrated on Sunday, and Kat surprised me. She said, we're going to Hollywood, getting sushi. So I thought, Nobu. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
And we'd been there once before. And but you surprised me. It was a gorgeous setting. I'm talking too much. You because you had a vision and you set all this up. So what were you thinking when you booked this reservation?
What was I thinking? I don't know. I thought like it would be something special, to kind of have all the elements, like really great food, but then a great setting, just because, especially in the pandemic, we don't, go out to eat. Often. Yeah. Very seldom. And so I was like, if we're going to be out, I want it to be something more of an experience. And this popped in my mind because it's by my spa pre-COVID, when I used to visit my esthetician like every 6 weeks to 8 weeks. And I would always pass it. And so, I just thought about that. I said, and then plus we hadn't had sushi in a really long time. And
it was so good. So we have a ton of pictures to show off, and it was such an awesome B-Day celebration.
Yeah.
So first of all, you decked out the kitchen/living room. Got my balloons and
got some balloons on the bar.
A bunch
chairs
of gifts
and gifts we laid out.
And what else? Oh, we had the what do you call those things? The noisemakers.
Yeah, but they didn't make any noise though.
So that was fun because I was at church that morning and I came home to this, so this was nice. And then we took a ride up to Hollywood. It was up in the Hollywood Hills, and what was it called? It was called Yamashiro, right?
Yeah, Yamashiro, and it's just like Adam said, Hollywood Hills. It's perched up in the hills of Hollywood. It's so gorgeous, just looking out over everything, and they have beautiful bonsai trees. And just super beautiful views and plants that you kind of feel tucked away.
And you got me this shirt too. I definitely have a premonition that this shirt will be showing up at a show near you. You got me some nice gifts as well. And Junior, he got me some cologne. You can't smell it through the picture here through AH Live, but just trust us.
Smell-o-vision yet.
Trust us, I was smelling good.
So, and it was gorgeous. You can see just the coloring behind us. We arrived right at sunset, so it was just gorgeous.
Yeah.
There's Grammy. Grammy was with us.
Yeah. And, well, the view is on the other side of you. We can almost see it in your sunglasses. So, but no, we had a great time. There we go. There's a little bit of the skyline.
Some of the skyline.
We're mean mugging. You have a kind of a smile. I'm trying to look hard, I guess. I don't know why.
There's the beautiful sunset. Oh, my goodness.
And while we were waiting for the table, the sun was going down. It was so gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
Here we are inside. And they had those, what do they call those? It's like a lantern kind of, those.
Yeah, they're Japanese lanterns.
Japanese lanterns, thank you.
And in the back, you can kind of see it's a tree, but it's full of lights, but it's supposed to mimic a Japanese cherry blossom tree. And so it's like right in the center when you walk in, and it's so pretty.
And the food was ridiculous. So we have a bunch of pictures of the food. This was the udon, so they had the fried shrimp, and there was onions, broccoli.
It's not udon.
Yeah.
It's tempura. Udon are noodles.
Oh, you're right. Tempura.
But usually in udon soup, they have the tempura that comes with it. Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking of.
So it's just the tempura. So like you said, it's like lightly battered and fried vegetables and shrimp. So good.
Oh, and this was the seaweed salad, which if you've never had, it sounds... If you're not familiar with it, it sounds unappetizing, but it is so delicious.
It is so delicious.
And sushi is made with seaweed. It's wrapped with seaweed. So you know, if you've had sushi, you've had the flavor of seaweed. But it's such an amazing appetizer. This was the what was this?
This was the ceviche.
Oh, right, ceviche.
So, I mean, it's of course, being in Southern California, Mexican cuisine is such an influence in everywhere you go.
Right.
So it's a ceviche, but you know, Japanese style. So. So good.
So good. So good. We had beverages, of course. Mine is a little blocked behind yours. Mm-hmm. You had, what was it? It wasn't a lemon drop.
No, it wasn't a lemon drop. I don't know what it was. The waiter, I just asked him because I was choosing between two, and he said this one would be good. So I was like, all right. And it was delicious.
It was called a honey mule. Oh, my goodness. It was like a Moscow mule, but with a hint of honey. It was... Both of them were really good.
And Adam Jr. had a Roy Rogers, which is like, you know, the boy form of Shirley Temple.
Right, yeah.
And Grammy just had a Coke.
Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Works every time. Oh, so this was the sushi pizza. It was another appetizer. It was so good. This was the appetizer to the sushi boat, which we have a picture of here in a moment. But this was very, very tasty.
So good.
Sushi
I think
pizza.
Under was like a sesame cracker or something, like supposedly for the crust.
Sounds right.
But it was just so good.
And there's the boat. Showstopper. They brought it out, and the sushi was so good. All of it was just incredible. Incredible. And this was on the way out. We got a few pictures of the locale. So this was over 100 years old. If I remember correctly, it was founded in 1914.
Yeah.
And a lot of movies have been filmed here. You had mentioned Knocked Up, the Katherine Heigl, Seth Rogen picture. They had a scene in here, but a lot of movies have filmed up here.
Yeah, there are a lot of movies, a lot of TV shows, and then, of course, just a lot of hosting of just different parties and weddings, and, of course, high-profile people and just regular people who want to eat.
Yeah.
But it's beautiful. It's so gorgeous inside, and, like, you can just feel, like, the old character. And so Adam Jr. was taking in the views.
Yeah, exactly. Here's a few more pics.
And there's the cherry blossom tree, but just the lights. It's not real flowers, but the lights. I mean, it's gorgeous.
Oh, so much fun. So now you sent me another group of pictures. I don't know what these are.
Okay, so these are last week we were talking about our bar, our patio bar. And so I was trying to explain to people how things that like I was looking at for like DIY bars. And here's one of them. So this is the one I was saying that can go on the side of the house. And then when you open it, there it is.
Oh,
it's like storage and then
cool.
like a bar top. And you can, I'm sure you can just leave it, or you can have chairs there if you want. But then I was also saying I didn't know if we wanted to put something on the stucco.
Oh, right.
But yeah, it's so cool because you can just flip it up, flip it down, and then you have your stuff in there. Really cool.
Yeah.
And so the next one, it just shows you one that's a little larger.
Yeah.
And this one isn't on the side of the house. They just have kind of like a wood slat wall.
Right.
And that would be really cool too if we just had.
Yeah, then you're not putting holes in your wall.
Yeah, something on like wood slats that can go up like under or by the pergola. Maybe even if we like drilled it into the wall,
right?
Like the brick wall.
Yeah.
So
That's
I don't
cool.
know.
Let's see, you sent me a couple more.
Here were some other options. These ones are like the ones I was saying that had wheels on them.
Yeah.
So of course you construct it with wood, plywood, whatever. There could be like MDF, but then of course painted. And then I was even thinking like putting like cute tiles like around it so it looks, cute, like to fit our aesthetic. But then you have the wheels there where you can move it different areas to.
Yeah. That's
so
very
it's not
cool.
just stationary.
You can get inebriated at any location in your backyard.
And here's just other forms. So there's some that have like the footstools on the bottom.
Yeah.
The one on the right, it's just like an L shape versus like the one right in the middle where it's kind of the U shape where it has like two sides. Then the one in the middle of that, like above that, it's just straight. So there's no sides at all.
Okay, I see.
So yeah, there's just so many different things. I feel like this, though, is a little too big. I think the previous one would be like a nice size that you can kind of like fit in the corner or something. But yeah, some ideas.
Very cool.
Yeah, we have to figure out. Last week, someone was like, "Okay, we need to figure out this bar. We need some ideas."
Right. That's funny.
And so yeah, I was thinking of something like that, and then, but those actually are for sale. Like all of those that I found, they're on Etsy.
Was this on Etsy? I was about to say, yeah.
And you can purchase them, which is just very easy. But sometimes I feel like I kind of like want to do my own thing. Like I want to like build it myself, but I don't know.
Yeah.
So yeah. So we have those ideas. But if you guys have any others, and there was some that were like that wood one with the wheels, but it had like a cover to go on it. So if you're under there, you're not getting like beat by the sun or something.
Okay.
And I was thinking of that, but I was like, well, we could always just put an umbrella.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Put a cute umbrella right there. So I don't know. You guys got to help us.
Yeah. Well, there's definitely some cool options. I'm definitely digging them. And I never even thought of that, of something where you could put it on the wall, it folds down.
Right.
But then it's so nice. It's like multi-purpose. Like if you want to use that space for something else other than the bar, it takes up very minimal, just however.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then even like the front of that little bar thing, like on the wall, when it's pulled up, you can put something else there to kind of fit the aesthetic. So it could be, you can make like a chalkboard, I guess, if you're doing. Because what's the game that we have where the cornhole?
Yeah.
So we have cornhole, and so we go out in the backyard and play it sometimes. So that would be a cool little area to put for like a scoring board, or if you have like darts or something, or just something.
You want to
keep
have score.
Like
I see.
Multi-purposes. So
no fun and games. It's serious over here.
It's very serious.
Well, most of our games of Monopoly end in like the board being flipped over, so we're pretty intense over here.
By you, Adam Senior and Adam Junior, I have caps.
Yeah, I was gonna say don't put it just on me.
I have caps on our board games.
It's the Adams.
Because when we play Monopoly, they just get out of control.
Yeah.
It's okay to be competitive, but you guys get cray. So sometimes Adam Jr. will be like, "Oh,
got to win.
I want to play a game. Let's play a board game." And I'm like, "You already know we cannot play Monopoly."
Yeah.
Like that's kind of like a once or twice a year thing for me with them too, because it's ridiculous. And then our train game, which that's not the correct name, but I forget what it's called.
Yeah.
They never want to play it because I always win, like always.
That's not true. I won many times.
Maybe like one time.
I think Junior, he got upset because he used to beat us in the beginning until we kind of learned how to play, and then we started getting some wins.
I like how you say we, because you only won like one.
Please. We need it. See, so we do need this scoreboard because
We
we need
do
an
need the
official tally. Because what's the other thing we always play is Crazy Eights on
Crazy
our phone, and it's kind of like Uno. It's like a knockoff version of Uno, and
But
and
it's
Kat
digital, so
always
it's on your
wins.
phone.
Well, this is the thing. I think she put in the cheat code, the digital cheat code. So.
No, they get so upset because I win all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm always dealt like really good cards.
Yeah.
Not all the time, but I usually always have what is it? The crazy card?
Or like a wild card.
Like a wild
you
card.
You can change
Crazy.
the color. Yeah.
Yeah, I always usually have a wild card, but I like to strategize how I'm going to use it. And so
And
then
what's
they
that
always
strategy?
not going to tell you.
Ugh.
So they always get upset, that I win, and they're like, "This isn't fair. You always have a."
It's an inordinate amount of times. You always have the wild cards. You always have them at the end. It's like, this doesn't make any sense.
I'm just a good player.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, we do need that scoreboard because Adam's already forgotten how many times he's not won the train game.
Please.
So.
Oh, man.
So we have one Ask Adam.
Okay, yeah. Go for it.
From last week. So
Okay.
remember last week we were talking about your dad going to high school in Alaska.
Right.
And James King, he said, "What high school did your dad go to?" Did you ever ask him?
You should have.
I know. I forgot.
Asked me ahead of time. Well, I know he went to, I believe it was Sitka, Sitka High School. But I will
Really?
double check.
Okay.
But yeah, so he was there. Well, we can figure this out. So he was born in 45. He did 2 years of high school. So 16 plus 45 is 61. So somewhere in there, 1960, 1961, roughly.
Mm-hmm.
He was at the high school, and as I mentioned, he was only able to complete the first 2 years, and then he had to start working. He was on his own at 16 years old. So he started working at a pulp mill in Alaska. And went on from there, and then ended up owning his own trucking company, which he's still running to this day.
Which
Holly Trucking.
he keeps saying, I think for like almost 10 years, he said that he's going to retire. And then he's like, oh, now I'm semi-retired. And then now he's like actually retired, and like his friends and everyone like threw a party for him and gave him a special jacket. But then he's still working.
Yeah, he had a retirement party. They said, all right, see you later. And then he's coming right back in. I said, they're going to take that jacket back from you.
Right.
So what are you going to do? What are you going to do?
So yeah. But I think we should double check. And then
Okay.
next week we'll have like the exact answer.
Yeah.
And speaking of Adam's dad, us having dinner in Hollywood, Adam's dad always says Holly weird. He thinks we're all weird out here in Hollywood.
Well, he very much is a man of the woods, enjoys nature and etc. And so
Yeah.
when I said, yeah, I want to move to LA, he said, it's the land of concrete. Why would you want to live there? But
Right.
I had the music bug, so what are you gonna do?
And then whenever I go somewhere else, I'm just like, oh, there's too many trees. But we do have nature here in California, but it's definitely not like, the South or the East Coast,
Yeah.
the North. And it's kind of just too much for me.
We really live in the desert. It's just that a lot of people live here, so they plant trees. But
That's true,
if
yeah.
it weren't for the irrigation, they would all die.
And I
So.
tell people all the time that are not familiar with California or never been here, we just have so many just different types of landscapes.
Yeah.
We have
Oh, yeah,
forests,
they've got everything here.
and we have lakes, and then of course we have the coastline, but then we also have desert land,
Yep.
and we have farmland, and then we're able to like grow grapes, in the north.
Right?
And really all of California is just like hills and valleys. So if you think of like Hollywood Hills, or if you think of photos of Los Angeles or pictures, or even in San Francisco, everything is kind of on
Yeah.
hills. And so,
Exactly.
so yeah, but a lot of people don't realize that.
Yeah.
And so yeah, when I say, oh yeah, we're kind of like at the base of the mountains where we are, and we get a lot of wind, and they're like, the mountains, you live in
Yeah.
the mountains. And I'm like, all of California is mountains.
Yeah. No, San Bernardino Mountains.
Yeah.
So we got a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, awesome. Well, thanks so much, honey,
You're
as
welcome.
always. And we will see you next week.
See you next week. Bye. Thank you.
And speaking of next week, we have another incredible guest. This time it's a flautist, the one and only Kim Scott, and she was nice enough to send in a performance of her brand new single, Shine, which features Blake Aaron, and yours truly had the honor of producing, co-writing, and mixing this track. It's already burning up the charts, and it's also the title track to her album. So huge thanks to Kim for having me on the project, and very excited to have her in the house. She was here maybe, I want to say 6 months ago, so great to have her back and with brand new music. The track is called Shine. So tune in next week for Kim Scott. That'll be February 16th, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. Hope to see you all this weekend in Dallas, in the Dallas area. And otherwise, I'm going to take you out with one tune. And this is one I enjoy playing because it's just a fun tune. And it's a great way to close out the show. So I hope you enjoy. This is from my album Escape. It's called Sunday Swing. ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for tuning in to another episode of AH Live. We hope to see you next week with the incredible Kim Scott. Have a good night. Catch you later.